Hello everyone, this is Sharam from Learnacon, and in this video I'm going to show you how to configure and run a signal tracing in TIA Portal. Trace is a built-in functionality in TIA Portal PLCs and supported by all 1200, 1500 and ET200 SP series. It's a very good tool for testing your program and also for diagnostic. With trace function, you have a very powerful capability to monitor the status of multiple signals in a very tiny time frames of milliseconds. That's crucial when you are diagnosing fast applications like motion control. Okay, so for the sake of this video, I'm going to keep it simple and run the trace only for one signal. However, to give it a better context, I'm going to use a signal generator to produce a trend, and then I will trace that. So specifically here, I'm going to use a function block that create continuous sinus wave. As you may remember from one of my previous videos, I explained how to import and use function libraries. And in this video, I'm going to use a function block from the Siemens General Function Library. If you haven't watched that video, here is the link. In the Siemens General Function Library, there are multiple signal generators, and one of them is the sine wave. Let's take a look at the description of this function block on page 212. This function block generates a sinusoidal signal profile, and it has to be called in a cyclic interrupt organization block because it needs a fixed cycle time. I explained how to create and program cyclic OPs in another tutorial, and if you want to refresh your memory, please watch this video. Here is the link. Okay, so to use this particular function block, you need to specify what is the amplitude of your sinus wave, what is the period time, and the period time needs to be specified in millisecond. Default is 1000 or 1 second. You need to specify in which cyclic program it's been called. This example, it would be OB30, and all I need is just the value, which would be produced in a form of real variable. Okay, now I'm going to switch back to TIA Portal and implement the required code. So first of all, I need to find this function block in the library. So for that, I open the library. I've already installed and opened the library of general function block, and the sinus FP can be found in the folder number 7, signal generators, LGF sinus CI. And as we learned from the description of the function, it has to be called inside a cyclic OB. So first I need to add a cyclic OB into my program blocks. Okay, add new block, organization block, cyclic interrupt, and as you may notice, the default cycle time is 100,000 microsecond or 100 milliseconds. So it would be called 10 times in 1 second. Okay, and I'm going to drop this function block here, accept the instance block, and I just need to program these parameters. So I'm going to leave the amplitude at default 1. Then for the period, I already created some tags. So this is 1000 millisecond equal to 1 second. I'm going to go with 5 seconds. So I've created some tags, and my period tag is 5000 by default. And then I'm going to add value to the output. And on the call OB, I'm going to put the number of cyclic interrupt, which is OB30. So I'm going to put 30 here. And that's all I need for my trace test. Okay. So let's save and download to the CPU. I'm going to activate the monitoring to see how it's working. And I can see that it's going up and down as expected, changing between -1 and +1. Okay, now I'm going to create a trace to see the sinus wave. We can find out the trace in the left panel under the online backup. I'm going to click on the add new trace. It opens the trace configuration window. Here I need to add the signal or signals that I want to run the trace for. So I'm going to click on this pink cell here. And it can provide me with the data which I have in my PLC. So I have the tag in data, then value, That's it. Now I have to configure the sampling. Click on the sampling. So right now it's sampling from the main cycle. However, as I'm calling this in the cyclic OB, it's better that I get the samples from the cyclic interrupt. So I'm going to change this to cyclic interrupt. So this cyclic interrupt, every cycle takes 1/10 of a second. And to keep it continuous, I'm going to say, okay, use max recording duration. So my configuration is fine. I don't want to do the trigger. It's start running without any trigger as soon as I download this trace into CPU. To load the trace into CPU, there's a button here, transfer configuration to the device. So I click on this. And then it will switch to the online view. I can see the orange bar here. So all I need is to click this Activate Recording push button. As you can see, it's taking samples within each call of the cyclic OB. So my x-axis is time with second, and my y-axis is the amplitude of the sinus wave from -1 to +1. So since we have configured a period of 5 seconds, we get like 50 samples during each period. So that's why you see it's like kind of a step form. However, we can change the view if we click on the Interpolate button on the toolbar. Okay, so that's basically how you configure and run a trace. It's very easy and simple. Now I want to show you some of the options that are available within this window. So at any time I can stop the trace just by pressing the stop button. Then this trace configuration can be saved and utilized again in another project if I want, because sometimes you may configure multiple signals in a trace and that configuration takes time. So you can click on this button, export trace configuration, and you can save your trace configuration in form of a file, and later on you can import it in another project. The other option is to save the measurement. So I have a lot of samples here that have been taken, so you can save them in a file. That's specifically useful if you want to diagnose an error. For example, you may call like your application engineer that I have this problem with my machine, and he sends you a trace file and asks you to record a trace for these particular signals, and then save the measurement and then send it back to him for analysis. So if I click here, you can see that I'm able to save the measurement in a form of file, save as type measurement, which is a special type file, or another cool option is that you can also save it in a CSV format. So let's see how that works. trace1.csv, a comma-separated file which I can open in Excel. Now I'm going to open that file in Excel and see how it looks like. Okay, this is the Excel view of the measurements we recorded from our trace. So we have like, how many samples? Yeah, it's a lot of them. So close to 1000 samples. So now if I pick the column B and C and try to create a graph here, generate the same sinusoidal wave for me, which is cool. Okay, that was it. I hope you learned how to configure and program Trace in TIA Portal. To support this channel, I appreciate if you subscribe, share the videos, put your comment, and let me know what you want to see next. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.